Okay, so first let me shout out Broken Infinity Sonic 1 for asking the question of how do I get an Asian guy? And I know some of you girls out there have always been wondering this question. Well, Asian guys are just like any other guys with a few exceptions, and a big exception is the family. When you walk into an Asian's house, you always have to take off your shoe. I'm not sure if it's a disrespectful thing or just a poor thing, because for some Asian families, they clean the house themselves and they don't hire maids to do it. So when you walk into an Asian's house, if you don't take off your shoe, they get really pissed at you and they give you that mean grill that only Asians can give you because of the eyes. The second thing is that Asian families or grandmothers or mothers, when you come into the house, they will feed you non-stop. Even after you finish the first plate, they'll ask you if you want a second plate. If you don't want a second plate, they'll ask you if you want sides. If you don't want sides, they'll ask you if you want dessert. If you don't want dessert, they'll ask you if you want fruit. And then the whole process repeats over again until you give in. Then they'll just keep, feeding you and feeding you. And you have to eat everything off your plate, or else that's gonna seem disrespectful. So you wonder why Asians have fast metabolisms and most of them aren't fat? It's because they need fast metabolisms. So if any Asian female or grandmother or mom asks you to eat, just get you one plate and run off to a little corner and get out of her sight and finish your plate and tell her it was delicious, thank you very much, and just walk away. Don't let her ask you if you want any more food, because then you have to say yes. And the third thing I'm sure most of you already know about Asians, we eat weird stuff. So if you want to get with the Asian guy, when you go into the house, you better be prepared to eat weird stuff. This is my theory of how people can get over eating weird stuff in an Asian's house. You should just ask yourself, could it be worse? Or you can think that I'm going to this house today and I'm gonna eat a whale or an elephant or elephant parts. That way when you eat an intestine, it's not that bad. One time, my grandma tricked me into eating intestines. I sat down at the dinner table and everything looked okay, nothing looked weird. Everything was in a rectangle shape or in vegetables and stuff. And my grandma started picking food off the desserts or the appetizers or whatever and start putting it on my plate. And I'm like, oh, what's this stuff? She's like, oh, it's meat, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, it's cool, it's meat. So I took a bite of it and I started chewing and it tasted really weird. So I was like, no, grandma, what is this really? This doesn't taste like meat. She's like, oh, that's intestine. Why would you lie to me? Why would you do that to me? I thought you loved me. This tastes horrible. Damn grandmas. The fourth thing you have to do to get an Asian household to like you is you need to have OCD. Everything you do has to be like Mr. Clean. You have to make everything you do perfect. If you're cleaning the floors better be spotless and it better shine like Mr. Clean's bald head. And if you're folding clothes, corners gotta be 90-degree angles and the creases gotta be perfect. Everything's gotta match up. If it doesn't match up, you have to do it all over again. Last thing is, there is no last thing. To get an Asian family to like you, all you have to do is just be respectful and considerate. Think about what you want to do and don't do it. You have to be able to understand the situation and think about what you should do instead of what you want to do. If you're a girlfriend and you're meeting an Asian guy's family, the only thing on their mind is, are you gonna dishonor the family? If you're a new person in the environment, in the area, they're always looking at you and judging you and waiting for you to mess up. So don't mess up and give them a reason to hate you. Because if they can't find a reason to hate you, then they're gonna accept you. And I know this video mostly talks about how you can get the Asian guy's family to like you and not the Asian guy. I mean, Asian guys are just any other guy. What any other guy likes, an Asian guy likes too, like a beautiful smile, a funny girl, a cute girl, smart girl, all that stuff any other guy will like, an Asian will like too. Even if the Asian guy doesn't like you and the family likes you, you're good to go. You don't have to get the Asian guy to like you. All you have to do is get the Asian parents and grandmothers and grandfathers to all love you, and even if he doesn't like you, they'll make you two go out. It's called arranged marriage. Just recently, my brother was set up to go on a date with a family friend's daughter. That's crazy. They're trying to marry him off, arrange marriage him off somewhere. I don't know if any other Asian families still do that. Maybe some of them, but not all of them. That's just weird. But yeah, shout out to Broken Infinity Sonic 1 for asking the question. I hope this helps you out, and I hope this helps out any other girls out there who's trying to get an Asian guy. And don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, like, share, do all that fun stuff. Thank you for watching.